Hey guys, it's General Heat here. How's everyone doing today? So, for today's video, we are going to be reviewing another monitor. And this particular monitor, well, the folks at Kurui were nice enough to send me a monitor to review, and it is the Kurui 24E3 esports display. An esports display is probably what they call a gaming monitor, but the specs of this, I can see why it is meant for esports more specifically. But anyways, some general specs for this monitor. It is a 24-inch 1080p 165 hertz monitor with a 1 millisecond response time. What that means in a nutshell is that is very good for high performance gaming, for basically what you want in esports. Very responsive gaming, very good refresh rate. And you may be worried about the 1080p aspect of it, but that's what we'll be taking a look at for this video to see how well modern games look in 1080p. Like, does that still hold up well? Do you really need a higher resolution? Or in this case, is the refresh rate more important? So without further ado, let's get this all open up and set up, and then we'll take a look at it. Now, before I open this up, I do want to remark that this box for this monitor, it has one of the coolest art styles I've seen for any monitor boxes in the past. Like most monitor boxes are pretty pretty standard. A lot are pretty basic. Some don't really even have much on the box, but this is pretty cool art on it. So that's one thing that I like about the box itself. But obviously the most important thing is the monitor. So let's take a look at it right now. All right, here we are with the monitor all set up and powered up. So right here in Windows, we can confirm the specs. It is in fact a 1080p display, 1920 by 1080p, and little bonus here, it is 165 hertz refresh rate, but it actually has a little bit more than that. It is 165.001 hertz. So there you go. You're getting a little bonus there. You're getting 0.001 hertz than most other typical 165 hertz monitors. So boom, there you go. But anyways, 165 hertz refresh rate. Makes it really good for gaming, because ask any PC gamer, they'll tell you that higher refresh rate is often better than resolution. And even a lot of console gamers, when they have to pick between quality and performance mode, they will also pick performance mode over quality mode. So as far as quality goes, I mean, so far it doesn't look that bad. 1080p, I mean, the desktop background looks pretty nice. The brightness, by default, it could be a little bit brighter, but you can adjust down the settings anyways, so that doesn't really matter in this case. But let's try out some games and see how this is. Okay, so the game we'll be testing out for actual gameplay is, of course, Halo 3 on MCC. And you can see in the top right corner there, my frame rate right now is a steady 165 FPS, which is amazing. And you can see it is very smooth, and the monitor has a really great response time as well. So this is definitely like a great way to play Halo. But of course, in a more competitive aspect, it's an even greater way. So Halo 3, visually speaking, is still a very nice looking game. But even at 1080p, it still looks great. I mean, it was originally like a 640p game on a 360, but now it is at pretty much whatever resolution you can get it to. But at 1080p, 160 frames per second, 165 frames per second, it is really great. It is very smooth, and I'm in campaign right now, but in multiplayer, it'll be even better. Like, this would be more ideal for multiplayer, but it works great in campaign. So if that's something that you were worried about, then you don't really have to worry. The 165 FPS or refresh rate definitely does enhance the gameplay a lot. And if you're worried about the 1080p resolution, I mean, take a look for yourself. Like, does Halo 3 really look much different to you at 1080p versus higher resolution if you ever played it at a higher resolution? I mean, maybe you can spot the difference. I think I can kind of spot the difference too, but it's not really a night and day difference. It doesn't really break the game or anything. The game still looks great. So I would say like the 1080p resolution still works well for a lot of games, really. But the most important aspect, the most really the selling point of this monitor is the 165 hertz refresh rate and the 1 millisecond response time to go with it. But otherwise, the monitor's image quality, it's fine. You know, it looks pretty good still. Okay, so overall, this monitor, it is pretty nice. Like I said, it's only 1080p, but I don't think that's really it's not really a deal breaker. A lot of games I threw at it, they all still look really nice on this monitor. So I wouldn't be too worried about the 1080p issue. It's still high definition after all. But basically, you're going to want to get this monitor if you're interested in the refresh rate. 165 hertz refresh rate with 1 millisecond. That's really great for esports games, which is what this monitor is designed for anyways. But if you wanted to play more than, you know, competitive esports games, more cinematic games, for example, this monitor is still fine. But of course, the biggest selling point of this is that this monitor is also very affordable too. Right now on Amazon, this monitor is going for $115, I think. But there's also like a sale on it with like a coupon code, which brings us down to basically almost around $100. So for around $100, you can get a very decent gaming monitor, a very high refresh rate, 165 hertz, 1 millisecond response time for just around $100, which is a really great deal in my opinion. So I'll post a link to the monitor, the store page, in the description below. But you know, if you're in the market for a high refresh rate monitor, you want, you know, that little extra performance boost for the competitive games, and you're not too concerned about the resolution, then I would say this monitor is great for you. But of course, you know, at that price, you know, around $100, this monitor is like, it's like all around great deal. So that about wraps it up for this video. Hopefully you guys found it to be interesting. Like I said, I'll post a link in the description below. But aside from that, I will see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.